What's going on, guys? This is Scott with KC Blade Drip, and we're going to sprint to excellence today, guys. Heading forward, glad you're with me. As always, appreciate you hitting play and watching another knife video. Man, tell you, every time I get a knife in my hand or I just kind of sit there and look at it, I have a smile on my face. I search for any type of information I can get. My memory's not as good as it used to be, but dang, you know, we're trying. I guarantee here, I'm right over half the time. So definitely bringing content to you. Have more in the future, and every knife has a story. So I'm going to try to bring that story to you the best that I can, guys. Had my coffee. I'm ready to go today. It's a Monday, but yeah. Well, May 2nd, 2022. We're going to talk about a fixed blade. I call it a gentleman's fixed blade because it's kind of small, it's pocketable, and this is actually a knife I got probably, I would say, 6 months ago, sometime maybe around October of 2021. It's made by Jake Hoback, and this is actually called the Goliath. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Since something's so small, we're going to call it the Goliath. But you know what? It is a Goliath of a knife. It is. And we're going to talk about that. So, got this knife. I was looking for something that was going to be a smaller fixed blade. This is when I was first entertaining the idea of carrying a fixed blade on me, whether it be EDC, whether it be in conjunction with a folder. But I was like, you know, fixed blades, I like them. There's no moving parts on it. It's more durable. In fact, a lot of times I'll stick a fixed blade in my pocket, and it may be even a little bit of a bigger one that I'll carry daily. Oh, and by the way, hey, I'm on Instagram. If you like an amateur that's going to try to take pictures of knives and be creative in my own way, give me a follow. Let me know if you like it. So, KC Blade Drip, guys. And so I do carry now even a fixed blade. So let's as far as look at the knife, okay? I'll kind of, by memory or the things that I know, experience, I'll give you some information on this bad boy. Tell you some things I like about it, maybe something that I don't like about. Again, these are my opinions. I'm not any type of a expert on this. I don't try to claim to be. Again, I guarantee you, though, I'm going to be right over 50% of the time. So take that as you wish, guys. We're all in the boat together. Most of this stuff's opinions anyways. So when you get the knife, obviously it comes in this kydex sheath. And you've got your holes here on each side. You've got a little nice clip here so that you can clip it in your pocket. It's got the G10, like a natural. It's kind of a jade handle here, G10. Some people do color these. I like the natural G10 look on this. Okay, and here we go with looking at the knife in its entirety. Okay, you've got a flat grind on this bad boy. This is a tanto. So as you can see the end of it on the profile here. It's going to be, as far as the blade, I know it's made out of, it is, I believe it's, gosh, what does that say on there? It's, it's the 20 CV, so it's actually right here. It's a CPM 20 CV is the steel that he uses in this knife. You got your 2 screws, pretty simple on each side. It's a full tang. So this is one complete piece of steel. And then you've got the scales that have this sandwiched here. You have a little lanyard hold. I like this on this particular knife because what I do on, well, a lot of fixed blades that are smaller. This one I have done as well. I'll put the lanyard on here. I'll have it in the sheath. I'll drop it in my pocket. The lanyard will just kind of hang out of my pocket. I don't have this clipped on my pocket because I don't want this much knife hanging out. I mean, if you look at this, if your pocket is up to here, right? Well, all of this is sticking up. I don't want, because if you bend over, it can jab you, poke you. I don't want a knife handle hanging way above where my pocket is. I just don't want that much sticking out. So I've left this on, but I drop this in my pocket. I'll have a lanyard here, and then that way I can just pull it out and access it easily. So as far as, let's take a look like we always do on just doing a couple of quick measurements. I don't read stuff off a iPad or write down a bunch of notes. It's not the style here that we go. So, I mean, blade length, we're looking at 3 inches and a quarter, okay? And a handle is about 3.5. And the handle itself, even though my hand, I wear a large glove, when I grab hold of this, lock in, it's comfortable. I mean, it's a little knife, a little fixed blade, very sharp, great for everyday use, whether it's cutting a steak, whether it is opening a letter, whether it's cutting cardboard, just anything that you may need your knife for, this is perfect. It does those tasks. In fact, I love the profile. Look how thin this is. See how nice and just slim, very thin. This thing is light too. I'll show you guys here. We'll take a look at the weight. I know it's super duper light, guys. This is without the sheath, so it's 1.4. Let's just do it real quick with the sheath. So 2.5, and that's with it. Not bad. So those are the weights on this thing. Again, very impressed with it. I used it quite a bit. Got the markings here. It's like a little axe. I like the DLC, like the coating on here as well. I tend to like a DLC or a black coating to kind of give a little protection to the blade. Little milling here. You got some jimping on the top. It's non-aggressive really. So I don't know if we can see that. There you go. So as you can see, it's just a small area of jimping. Nothing on the bottom, but you do have the cutout here for your finger to kind of lock in here. There is not really, I mean, any reverse carry. This is just kind of a small knife. So, hey, whether you want to put this thing in your pocket, maybe back pocket, front pocket, I guess maybe inside your waistband, you could do it on the side or something. I mean, it's fine. Now, I'm not a huge fan of kydex, okay? Just don't, it tends to be, whether it be on a gun holster or a knife, sheath, it just tends for me to be a little uncomfortable at times, and at times it'll have sharp edges and such on it. So I tend to not like that. And this sheath here, all right, now as much as I love this knife, and you guys have seen it, as far as the size of this, look, nice little blade. It's small, great. This is an awesome, awesome fixed blade. I love it. The only thing I don't really care for is this sheath, okay? First of all, let's look at this. Okay, so you have your regular kydex sheath, all right? I just felt like using my little flashlight for the first time here for you guys. And then, so we pop it in here. Now, first off, when you're going in, I mean, it's got the big opening, I get it. But you lock it in there. So your blade is in the sheath. But I don't know, there's something with the opening of this. It's just a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's that secure. When I lock it in there, yes, it kind of snaps in, but it comes out real easy. And it feels almost loose inside the sheath. I don't really care for that on this. See? I don't like that. And of course, since I like dropping it in my pocket. Now to put this into comparison on the Goliath, David and, oh, okay. Almost taking me back to frickin' Gladiator or something. All right, so just to put into comparison, guys, this knife, which I've done a review on, a little bit of a talk on this particular knife. This is a cold steel. This is the Kyoto 1. They have a 2 as well, but very small knife, blade. Oh man, this thing is wicked, wicked sharp. I love this knife. So laying it next to it, as you can see, the overall blade, guys, they're right about the same size. Even the handle is the same size, okay? Now, the only thing you're going from is this is a lot wider of a blade. I love the profile. I love the tanto on this. I have the lanyard, like I said, that I like to put on this one, so that when this is in the sheath, which clicks in, listen to that, no rattle. I can shake it, move it, no rattling at all. It feels really nice and tight. I don't have a clip, although I could take this one off, but you're gonna have holes in it. You have this big old bump, but I don't have any type of screws here. I don't have, you know, if I wanted to put on a U-clip or something, I could do that if I chose, but I like it nice and clean like this. I love how it secures my knife in here for use. And then I drop this in my pocket. I have the lanyard that kind of hangs out of my pocket. And this really, guys, I don't know if you can, it's not that big. It really isn't. Neither is this. So I do like this type of sheath. I do like this size of knife, okay? Wanted to give you this just for a demonstration, just to show you, okay, a different kydex, which I can live with. Back to this one. And it's sad that this is the only type of sheath option. I just don't, we're losing, for me, and again, this is my opinion, guys, we've lost something here on this knife. A beautiful knife, and I won't carry this. It sits in my collection, but I won't carry it. Would I recommend the knife? Hell yes. And this sheath may be great for you. You may like this style. You may like the clip. You may think that this works perfect. And if it does, this knife is, I mean, it's awesome. It is awesome. Great quality. and it's small, very small. So you'd be happy. So that's cool, but for me, this keeps me from carrying it. I went on to, I think it was Etsy, because I was searching, and ideally, even another one or two of my fixed blades, I'd like to get a leather sheath. I'm a big fan of having a leather sheath that goes up to about here, okay? And whatever my fixed blade knife is, I like it from here, and I like it to be tight, kind of around it. I don't need to have any attachment for a belt loop. I don't need anything else, just the sheath. Then I'll keep my lanyard and I'll just drop the sheath and the knife into my front pocket. That's what I would like. Guys, if any of you know of a place that I can get a sheath that would be a slim fit on this particular knife, please comment down below. I love your comments. You guys are awesome. I can't tell you how appreciative I am with all the engagement that you guys give me. If anyone knows where I can get a sheath for this, let me know, because if I get one, I'm going to carry this a lot. This is the sheath I bought on Etsy. And when I got it, I thought, man, that at the time, looking at the picture and the size, I thought this may work for me. Well, I got it, unfortunately. It goes up like I would like it, but you can see it's too big. It doesn't work. I mean, if I put some type of a snap or a grommet, see, I don't need this, but if I put a grommet or something here where it was tight like that, it would work, and that would be perfect to slide in my pocket. Oh man, great leather too, but the way it is, it's just too loose and too big. So if any of you guys have any idea on something better for carrying this, preferably a leather sheath, again, let me know. I know I mentioned it a couple of times. I get a one-track mind sometimes, so, but that's the deal I would like to have. Let's see, is there anything else I need to cover? I mean, you guys can pretty much see it. It's a knife. It looks great. It's thin. It cuts well, performs well. So the knife itself is a hero. This is a dud on the sheath for me. This is the Goliath, and the Goliath is made. And Jake Hoback, he makes, is it Hoback or Hoback? I think it's Hoback, because it's B-A-C-K. He makes a lot of other knives. In fact, I've seen a lot of his folders. He's got some pretty heavy duty, well-built folders and things that he does, which I'm very interested in knowing more about. I don't know, for me, and I've said it before, guys, there's a lot of things for me. I just don't buy knives to just say I'm trying it and I'm talking about it. I have to like it aesthetically. I have to be interested in thinking, hey, this is something I like. And so I'm not quite sure yet if I like his folders, even though they're a little pricey and people rave about them. I'm not sure at this point if I'll get more of them. So still kind of on the fence about it. But this is a fixed blade here. All right, not much more. Guys, please remember your veterans. I'm going to try to say that in every video, just because veterans are important. They've given everything that they've had serving for our country. And so I always just try to be thoughtful and appreciative of them. And our animals are part of the family. We love them. Have them spayed or neutered, or kind of watch where they're at so that they don't go out there and populate and create more babies and things. They're going to have to go into the shelters and stuff. It's just being mindful of our environment, guys. Love yourself. You know, I'm not a motivational speaker. I just play one on TV, as Chris Farley would say in the past, down by the river. But no, love yourself, guys. You know, believe in yourself. Enjoy, you know, whatever it is you enjoy doing. Don't let other people hold you back. Sometimes it's hard for me, you know. I want to be able to encourage people. I want to love people. Sometimes the way my personality is, being a little bit more of an introvert, sometimes I have to pull it out of me. I have to get that out, and I have to force myself to think positive, because I tend to want to think negative, and I can't do that, because the first action that we have in life, the first thing that we do, it all begins with one thing in one place, and that's a thought. You have to think it to do it. If you start changing the way you think, and you think positive, you're going to have positive reaction, my friends. Positive. That's what we're doing. We're sprinting to excellence. And I'm gonna use that, because I don't walk, I sprint when it's going to something that I want to achieve. And appreciate your time. If you're still watching, guys, there's so many people in the knife community that I love that have helped me. I appreciate and thank you. You guys know who you are. Every knife has a story. And I'm out.